Hello, this is Pastor Chris Wilson at St. Andrew Christian Church, and here to do a promo for my sermon this coming week. I've been doing a series called Recentering the Soul. We looked at silence the first week, solitude last week, and the final sermon in the series this week is the theme of stillness. I'll be pulling from the Psalms, Psalm 46, which in one of the verses in that it says, "Be still and know that I am God." The first week, the silence week, the kind of renewal word was silence. And silence was a way to kind of inwardly think about what goes in our heads, our minds, and how to still ourselves and be silent in such a way that we can be renewed. Last week was about solitude, kind of stepping away from the busyness of things and finding places of renewal away from people and being alone, that we find renewal and strength in practices we do on our own or in solidarity with others with a sense of solitude. This week, the third week in the series, is stillness. And so we've kind of talked about interior world, relationship with others, and this last week is kind of a sense of our reliance on God's presence. We have this gritty determination within us that I can do this on my own. I can fix this. I can solve this. And part of our renewing is this reliance on a presence larger than ourselves to know we can't do it all, or that we as individuals can't solve it all ourselves, that we lean on a presence bigger than ourselves to give us courage and strength and wisdom to tackle the things we need to tackle in the world that are hard and difficult and challenging. And so this final week is kind of the third contemplative practice that we are encouraged to practice in our desire to do advocacy and justice work in the world. And so kind of the counterbalance to our activity of doing good work in God's name in the world should be counterbalanced with silence and solitude and stillness. There is that nice kind of dichotomy of it's not necessarily an either or, it's a both and in how we relate and engage the world with faithfulness and renewal. And we do so by being attentive to ourselves and the practices, the spiritual practices that help us be at our full potential. And so this week is that final piece of stillness, of recognizing God's place in our larger narrative of functioning in the world, and knowing that God's place in our world has a lot to do with our vitality and how we engage. So I hope you'll join us this week for this final piece of the series of Recentering the Soul. Hope to see you on Sunday.